Hey everybody, we're back. Still it's the same day. I'm the same person. And I gotta tell you, I hate to say this. As I'll be a, I don't know, there's many that fit here. I'll be a shy streamer. Even though I did have photographs of my insides taken today. What? No, I had a medical procedure, okay? It's called imaging or something. Anyway, I don't know the overall category. I'm no longer a fan of the waterfowl team. I wish that I was. But now I'm literally, and if it bothers you, that's fine. I can understand that. But I'm literally all in on feint triggers. I think it's the only thing, it's the only sensible play in the early game. I think it's just, if someone out there has access to a supercomputer, put all the stuff from this weekly into your machine learning evolutionary models, and then tell me how it works out for you, okay? Because I genuinely believe that round one, fishing for frilled dragons and feint triggers is like the only thing that matters. And then we know the frilled dragons sticking, so we focus on the scaling, and we sell you, and we buy you, and we don't worry about a level. I think you don't worry about a level. We like the feint triggers right now. This is not like a perfect team as I would draw it up, but I think that this is a team that does very well on round 3 and has, you know... The thing is, the frilled dragon this week, there's a lot of really nice feint triggers at like every level. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing we got here. We still draw, but it's a beautiful... To draw with a golden poop, that's beautiful. I mean, it's no 1 of 1, but still. Totally fine. And if the... I mean, you could do worse than spending 3 gold on this right now. We'll try to level you up next time. We're looking for a feint trigger, and we received one. I'd actually love for it to just guaranteed buff you. Probably just pill you next turn to fit more space. And here we are, you know? Like, there's ants early. There's crickets early, which actually seem to do fine this weekly. There's storks, which scale pretty well into the late game, although I'll admit I probably heavily overrate them based on the comments that I see. But when it pops, it feels so good. When your level 3 stork dies and spits out an 18-18 lion on your opponent they weren't expecting, it feels sweet. There are no sweeter feelings, I've been told. I still don't want to combine frilled dragons. I don't mind. I'm glad it didn't hit the other one, but I don't mind this. I would definitely add a feint trigger. I think I'm okay adding a lynx. And with no ant, we can actually move our frilled dragons to the front, I think. Yes, okay, I like it. I love it. I'm not willing to sell a cricket to make it happen. I am willing to maybe combine frilled dragons, hoping that we get another frilled dragon. I'm freezing the whole shop. I think this is... And people laugh at it because it's a very visible thing to see. Oh, the streamer might be making a mistake. I think there's some situations where the mistake is not a mistake. It's very sensible. Okay, honestly, we're going to get destroyed by this meat here and everything else. Remember when I told you that the animal I least like to see on my opponent's team is a sheep? You're seeing it right here. The sheep did... Even though we got a good snipe in there, the sheep did wonders. Which is why we're going to buy our own. I only have 8 gold, man. Oh, that's all right, because we don't want our level this time anyway. We want this. We probably want this. We get a level next time. Those aren't my feint triggers. Those aren't my feint triggers. I always love the concept of a cucumber in this game. Beats a croissant most of the time in my world. Hold on, it's incredible. No, it's horrendous. No, it's actually completely fine. We're gonna win because we have a cricket at the back. Alright, thank you, Lynx, for good looking out there. I appreciate that. I think that team could have beaten us under normal circumstances, so thank you for that. You not getting to level 2 is like, it's a big issue for me. Let's justify our Lynx's existence. The cricket is probably going to be the first to go here, but the frilled, like, we have to, and this is the most dangerous part of this archetype right now. We have to start unwinding what we've been going for the whole time, which is feint triggers. We didn't get a level 2, much less a level 3 frilled dragon. We can't build our house on a sandcastle like this. It's not going to work for us, okay? So we got to figure out how we're going to get that unwind going on. And, like, right now, everything's hunky-dory. But things change real quick. I'm happy with my 4 wins, though. Now, this is a scaler. It would hit a friend at each level. It's not an amazing scaler right now. It's a 1-1 buff per turn. To lose a 10-7 for that hurts. But I think we can maybe sell a sheep instead. Because you're probably going to be gone soon anyway. Although you're better than a 10-7. Well, like, really, everybody on this team is gone except for the stork. I think we get... Invest in your future. Say goodbye. Buff yourself. I think a dragonfly that buffs itself, you know, you got to put your own life mask on, before the oxygen mask on, before you put anyone else's on. I got to level with you. It's a painful thing to do here. I think we've almost guaranteed ourselves a loss in the next round as a result of this. However, I'm hoping that that loss is a temporary dip that allows us to then scale our problems away. I can't say for certain that that's what's going to take place. I can't even say, like... Let's not even talk about certainty. I can tell you definitively we're going to lose this round. Let's see what happens in the subsequent rounds. But this is... I'm happy we're not on lethal, so that I feel like we have the chance to get ourselves out of this. Now, here's the thing. You could level up. But I think you're gone. Even though you're like, I'm going to buy. Then if I buy, I'll go to 4. Sell 5. Okay, you're not going to like this play, but let's do it anyway because it's funny. Sell you. Buy you. Little nice wide scaling buff there. And then, why don't we just put out a 7-5, which is almost, not quite, but almost as strong. I just realized, by the way, by selling our level 3, we actually remove some of our buffing power. And I say some because telling the exact truth and saying we removed like a lot of it is painful. It's painful for me to hear, it's painful for me to say. Now we're on lethal. This is where it would be nice to scale our problems away. We've mentioned that a few times. Well, you know what? You didn't do enough for us last time, so see you never. We're buffing a stork, which is historically not a great sign. We're selling a cow, but spitting out a 10-7 shark that then will soak up 2 buffs, and you will soak up a buff that is not probably gonna be that valuable, but a shark can solve a lot of problems for you on the perfect run. Oh, okay, that's something. Man, I'm not mad. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not mad. It would have been nice to kill that shark, dude. Or not the ox. Would have been nice to kill the ox. But hold on. Hold on. Don't get it twisted. The shark allowed us to get to 5. Fairly respectable. The lynx has leveled. I think this is a 2x pepper situation. I did roll past the T-Rex, and to be honest with you, I would probably do it again. Now you're eating the buff. Do I want that? I don't really want that. I want this, I think. Why would I do it again? Well, that wasn't like, oh, I knew what I was doing. I will, you know, I'll do it again willfully. I make a lot of mistakes. Some of them are, you know, more by design than others. Can you do this? Can you get there? I don't think you're getting there. You're getting there? I didn't care about a win once I saw this. I was like, just let's go with just a draw would be fine. Now you're going to hit level 2. It screws up the whole ecosystem here. You're buffing, which is great, but then you're buffing yourself. I don't want that. Move my stork back. Would we rather have like a whale that eats a stork and then generates another... Yeah, I think we'd rather have a whale that eats a stork, which means that you're going to be buffing either yourself or the lynx. Let's buff the lynx for now. You know why? Because he's fun. He's just a fun individual. I would also, I mean, if you're going to get the buff, as much as you could use the level, let's put a green pepper on you. You never know when that's going to save you in a pinch. This seems like a team designed to induce rage. I'm realizing, hold up, maybe it wasn't the smartest idea to eat, like, one of my strongest units that has a green pepper on it. Is there any universe where this makes sense? No, that was, I mean, even if we didn't eat the stork, I don't think that one's coming, we're not winning that one, let's put it that way. This is an embarrassing start. Pigs do fine. 2-3s do fine. Cricket's kind of a 2-3. Let's be a fictive puppy. Like Lassie or Wishbone. Wishbone in particular, a fictive puppy. Not only was he a character, but also loved fiction. Learned a lot. You ever see the Wishbone version of Titus Andronicus? That's right, it's not just a band anymore. It goes hard. I'm here to tell you it goes hard. I loathe this team right now. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something like that. We got faint triggers, but no frilled dragon. I think round 3 is like, that's the last gasp for a frilled dragon. If you don't get one by then, it's time to bail on the strategy. We're close. We're close. The pig at the back versus duck at the back. It's gonna... People are not gonna be thrilled. Okay, just with what I see here, I think we gotta take a different technique, okay? I think we definitely cannot go hedgehog. I sort of think we have to go prospective koala. Which is basically just my way of saying, like, hopefully a yak shows up. And I'm really willing to go, like, pretty deep to look for one, because I think we sort of had to. So I'm pleased, at least, that we got one. Can't shake the feeling this is kind of horrible, but that's okay. 2 pills, I would say we start killing ants next turn. And honestly, even though we haven't had a good run in a bit, I can't shake the feeling that the panda is actually, like, kind of a stealth legend. Like, it's like a can that you can super fill. You just have to, like, you get it earlier, you fill it up, and then later you get a good unit. And you're like, guess what? This unit's even better because of this panda. Like, I think it's got a way. Obviously, we're going to do that. We're not going to go frilled dragon. I think we want the pig to leave. Mostly so that it doesn't suck up the ant buff. But the ants always buff each other, so there's nothing to worry about there. We should have dropped a panda first to raise our chances, but that's okay. Let's blow you up. I hate to lose the stats, and obviously that did not go to the right unit. But that's okay. There will be a panda chain here. That went really badly. In my experience, the panda chain works. So I think we should be looking at a 10-10 yak, which probably still loses. I mean, this is an insanely strong team. Not a chain. Obviously, we don't have a panda chain, which is why we got the stats. We're going up against the team I wanted to have, which is fine. I have that team and I get 5 wins all the time, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. You need one of these, or garlic. We'll start with one of those, because it exists. I don't really like the woodpecker on this team. But we need some... You know what? You can run a cucumber at the front. Or sorry, a turtle at the front. You can hit level 2. Love a panda? A panda! And another yak and a snail you shouldn't have. That's the ultimate super shop freeze. So here, we're going to have one really strong unit. That's spicy, you know? But it's also, some runs at this stage of their lives don't even have that. This is a loss, and it pains me, but I think we should be pleased that we at least have, like, a leg up here, because we can do this. And we can do this. I want you to buff. This is necessary. I'm not... You know what? I'm not willing to sell a turtle to make it happen faster. I think that caterpillar is how we do it. Not like how we do it like Montel Jordan. Like, it's how we do it like the Howie Mandel show. You're not familiar with it? Oh, you don't like art? You don't like A24 works? I'm looking at the team. I'm telling you straight up. The sheep is just insane this week. I'm calling a draw here. This looks like a steady draw for me. We have late game potential. Our only goal should be right now to survive until the late game. You need one of these. I really think like garlic would go harder on you than turtle. But we can't do that and have enough money to do everything we want to do here. So let's, you know what? I love that because we're going to get a level next time. We're still getting good scaling. Obviously, like a lollipop makes sense at some point in the future. If we get a better scaler that goes a little wider, we can ditch the koala. But look at how, dude, garlic would eat this team up. Like, I feel like the melon, this hurts. This hurts me. The melon would be better if people played big units at the front, but they don't tend to do that early this week. Like, I think you gotta go. You definitely need the buff. You need one of these. And then we need a unit to do something. It's not gonna be a seal. Another panda doesn't really make sense to me. Nor, I also don't think that the dragonfly makes sense in this situation. But I do think that a dolphin can get you some cheeky plays. I'm a little nervous about this 12 HP situation here. But actually, it should be 19 HP. What are we blasting? We're blasting their turtle. I felt like that was like worse than nothing. How did this go so wrong? Was this team not have... It got 2 wins? What? Okay, look. The lesson is get frilled dragons. You do something for me. I'm rolling. I don't care about round 1. I'll see you in the content mines, okay? What do? You get as many faint triggers as possible. You play as the... This is a blessed team, okay? Anytime you find something that's a double entendre that's just accepted already in the world, you gotta say thank you for that. And you gotta give it an honest-to-goodness effort. I'm telling you, man. This one is faint triggers and frilled dragons. And immediately, I'm like, look at that. We sacked round 1, but now I feel, pun unintended, I want to be clear. I'm just saying this because it's part of my vernacular, not because we're playing Super Auto Pets. Pun unintended, we're back on the horse. You can tell the pun's unintended because we don't have a horse in the first place. Easiest win of my life. Oh, I mean, when you get the blue balls, you gotta do your best to... now I'm trying to intend a pun. I can't seem to get it. You gotta win, okay? Let's just forget the double entendre. You gotta win. I would love if a hedgehog made sense. It just doesn't make sense right now. I just love a stork existing. I would love to get... we're not gonna get a level. If we could get close to a level, I'd also love that. And I think we can make do with this. I don't know. I need someone to run the math. The amortization table. What's better? 4 faint triggers on 1 level 1 frilled dragon, or 3 faint triggers on 2 level 2s? Either way, the answer is we win this one, so keep your science to yourself. Until I'm in trouble, I don't want to hear from the scientists, okay? I only want to hear from the party people. And then when there's a meteor headed towards Earth, I'll come crawling back and say, no, please, I didn't mean all that stuff about... We don't like the scientists. I didn't mean all that stuff. Instead... And then you'll... What's the thing? You'll come crawling back for my help, and I'll say, no, it's Rorschach from... what movie is he from? Live, Laugh, Love, Eat, Pray, Love. What to Expect... Oh, Watchmen! He's from Watchmen. That's right. This team might look a little bizarre. And, I mean, it's not the way we drew it up, just to be real with you. We're gonna draw this one, thanks to that honey purchase that looked insane at the time. But you really need, if you're going this frilled dragon strat, you need to win. You need to win early because the late game pivot is harder. I don't like these units. I like this because now we get a level. The level is bad. We should be focusing more on scaling. That's fine, though. You're good enough to justify not having a faint trigger, I think. And then, honestly, I put you at the front now. Kill the front unit, maybe 1 for 1, and then go buck wild. Frilled dragon, please. Just hypothetically, a frilled dragon. Thank you so much. Add a sheep to the team. Okay. So a level 2 frilled dragon. I don't think it does that much for us. You're so freaking lucky, but also, like, great team composition. Congratulations. You did, like, that's really impressive. Please, please, please. Oh, somehow we did it. A level 2 frilled dragon, what it really does, I think, is keeps us in the hunt. We want to keep the croissant. Keeps us in the hunt for a level 2 frilled dragon. So now I think we can do this. Obviously, a rooster is going to be a pretty good opportunity for us if we can get it to scale. The hawk does not fit what we're trying to do here, but I think it's just, like, secularly, it's just a good unit. Not having to deal with that garlic, probably worth his weight in gold. Now, the rest of this still looks like a nightmare. But again, you know, and I find myself saying this a lot. No, this is really bad. I find myself saying this a lot this weekly. Thank God my opponent has, like, melon armor instead of... Holy cow, we're going to draw thanks to that. Thank God my opponent has melon armor instead of garlic, which probably means we should be buying more garlic. But for now, level... I have seen some big hamsters work. Let me think about this. Dragonfly would be 2 levels. We'd lose our hawk in the process. Very hard for me to say yes to that. I'm going to try to learn from my earlier mistakes. And my earlier mistakes are, don't invest your buffs in the frilled dragon at level 2, I think. You got to invest your buffs in the frilled dragon at level 3. And if you don't have that level 3 access... then invest in something else, like a rooster, for example, which scales insanely well. You can get it to level 2 or 3 pretty easily when chocolate starts showing up. You can scale in some ways through cans, although now... I mean, I don't feel bad about buying cans when we're winning, because we know, look at the stats on this team. We know we're pivoting off of, like, every unit we own right now except 1 or 2. We might as well just... embrace what we got right now and you know, make hay while the sun's up. We got so unbelievably lucky that they spit out a unit with 1 attack. Holy cow, I'll never act like that's skill. And then we got the sheep as well, which was, you know, moot, but, or should I say bat, but at the same time was just like, it's a nice gesture. It's really hard to see us going frilled dragon. It's a pretty nice... It's like buying a pair for your sheep and maybe getting closer to a level, which we probably don't care about, but, like... It's the thought that counts. Definitely I'd freeze you. I would tell you, I would torpedo your croissant. And I'm really hoping we get level 2 rooster and, like, the level 2 rooster level up gives us a T-Rex. Is that so much to ask? That we get, one of the best and most important levels in the game, followed by... This is not even close. Followed by, like, the best scaler that you could possibly get in the game, while we still have a reasonable amount of HP, which we really do. So, you're going to take one of these. We're going to roll. Really want to see some chocolate. Another green pepper honestly seems like it goes pretty hard. I think, as much as the sheep seems to make sense... I think you gotta roll for the chocolates. We're pivoting a little because we have a lion that could possibly get to level 2 really quickly, which would be a nice force multiplier for us, but we're not getting, without sounding like too much of a baby, we're not getting the sort of shops that I would love to see right now. We're not getting shops where I'm like, we're cruising, everything's great. That's definitely really bad for us. You're obviously much stronger. Level 3 frilled dragon we probably could have had if we committed. But I didn't. I think you gotta say, you served a purpose and now you're gone. And now we're in desperate need of a couple things. We got none of them. You know what? You are our highest unit, right? So you're gonna take some garlic and pray. I think this is a 5 win. I don't think we're getting past 5 on this one. That could not have gone worse. Level 3 hawk. This is where you get a little salty, and I hope you'll forgive my saltiness. What's it like to get the animals in the shop that you already have? Or to get chocolate as well? This seems like that would be really helpful. Anyway, I'm not mad. I'm just sedated, okay? Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. We've done a lot this daily, but again, here's the thing. There's a cycle right now that we're in. Where's the videos? Oh, I'm away. I'm sick. Or the baby's sick, so I don't have as much time to record. Next week. Why are there so many videos of the same weekly? Because well, I'd like to record as much as I can while I have the time. Where's the video? So just figure out which part of the cycle you want to be at, okay? Right now we're in the making hay while the sun's up. Next week you might be like, where's the weekly? It happens. For now though, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button. Helps the radio. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.